So I'm Dan, welcome. My talk's called the 5-Minute Blaggers Guide to Linux. And in this I want to try and answer the questions that I get asked all the time about Linux being a kind of Linux advocate. And the most popular question is, are you Linux or I'm blessed? I'm not. That joke would work better if Scott hadn't done it. But never mind, let's move on. So the second most popular question I get asked is, what is Linux and why do I care about it? So first of all, is it Linux or Linux? Depends who you ask. Doesn't really matter. I call it Linux because it's named after the creator of the Linux kernel, a guy called Linus Torvalds, which is why I say Linux, but it really doesn't matter. You'll get quite hung up on it. It began in Finland in 1991 when he was a student at Helsinki University and he started the project. And it's an open source computer kernel designed after the well-known Unix operating system, which has been around a long time. Unix, not to be confused with Unix, which is something slightly different and beyond the scope of this talk, to be honest, is an operating system designed back in the 1960s, which is still used now on computers everywhere in the infrastructure around the world, IT infrastructure, still quite popular. And Linux is a kernel. A kernel is like the core of the operating system, kind of the foundation that everything else is built on. It does all the basic functions and all the other stuff goes on top of it, and every system has a kernel. Linux is a kernel. And it's bundled together with other things because it's just a kernel. It's bundled together with other tools to make it into an operating system as we would know an operating system. Things like the GNU tools, which were started by Richard Stallman back in the 80s, very popular. So because it's bundled together, it's all these bits that can take and put together. Lots of different people do this, and that's why there are so many different flavors of Linux, which confuses a lot of people, why there are all these different ones. And they're known as distributions because these people take the bits and distribute them, so they're therefore distributions. You'll have seen this penguin around quite a lot. His name's Tux, and he's the mascot of the Linux kernel. So anywhere you see the word Linux, you tend to see a penguin somewhere around, usually on my t-shirt or wherever. And he's our kind of cute little mascot. And it's open source, it's free and open source software because it's licensed under something called the GNU General Public License, which is a copyleft license, which, as you may guess, turns the notion of copyright on its head, which I'll explain in a second. And that means you have the right to run the code for any purpose, study it, look at it, modify it to suit your needs, and then crucially redistribute it in pretty much any way you want. The condition is that you have to contribute back any changes or improvements that you make to the community in the same way. So many people think that making money out of Linux is banned and it's not allowed and all this kind of stuff, which is a complete lie because most of the big technology companies in the world make fortunes out of it. Some of these ones here. It's actually powering the London Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. They run on Linux systems. So far from actually being the enemy of capitalism, you may say it's actually enabling global capitalism, which is something a lot of people don't understand when they say Linux is communism and all that stuff. So why doesn't everyone use it? Now this is an important question. Actually, you probably do use it without even knowing it, which is the strange thing. Because it's everywhere. And wait for the next slide. Well, this slide's really okay. So yeah, it's powering most of the great web services that you know. A lot of the infrastructure of the World Wide Web is on Linux servers. I think all these things that you probably use every day without even knowing it are on Linux web servers. And you don't actually get to hear that. It's in a lot of embedded devices, phones, TVs. There was a recent case where they discovered that something like 800 out of the most popular devices run Linux in some way, and they're violating the copyright terms, copyleft terms, I should say. So why should you care? Crucially, why I think you should care is because Linux is growing. It's turning up everywhere. Android phones, which some of you may know. Google's new Chrome OS is Linux-based. As I say, you're already using it probably on your toaster or whatever else because it's everywhere. It's about equality. It's enabling people to get access to technology who may be not as fortunate as us in remote areas. It powers the OLPC and it gives them opportunities that they may not have before to experience technology. And it's about fairness because whether you're the richest corporation in the world or some guy in a shed, you have the exact same rights to use Linux, learn from it, contribute back, share it, sell it, whatever you want. And I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty cool. So, thanks very much. You can send me an email or check out some of the websites or give me a shout. And we're doing an event called Dog Camp, which I made posters for and then stupidly didn't get here early enough to hand out in Liverpool, so I'll leave them around. And it's going to be about open source and all the rest. I'm going to go for a big Monty Python boost.
Thank you very much. So that's all of our talks. For time, I hope you've all had a good time. There's a few people that we have to thank before we go and for putting on the event. So in no particular order, except for Andy Goodwin, he's last. The Hatch, so Chris at the back, he's done all the videoing. John Moore's University, they've given us this use of this building. This room is fantastic. And Andy at the back, who's helped us out with things sort of technical stuff. Adrian McKeon, who is right at the back. Neil, Dan, Andy, I suppose. Alison, who's been out the front, and everyone else who's helped, especially all the speakers. So, a few other final announcements. Carry on tweeting, carry on blogging, make sure you tag it with Ignite Live so that we all know what you've done. And register for How I DIY. Get online, it's great to see you there. And that's about it. One last thing that's very important is quite a few of us are going to the pub. We're going to the Everman pub. Follow the crowds. It'd be great to see you there, catch up with the speakers and ask all your questions then. Thank you very much. Good night.